Wishful thought has come true. Not sure how, out of the blue.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Reasons to Be Happy podcast. You know what, guys? Lately, I've been having a hard time figuring out what I've been wanting to talk about, and that's why you guys haven't seen really that very much episodes. After I believe I've only put out 2 episodes so far, but that's why it's been kind of like, non-existent. I have a lot of big changes coming to my life as I'm getting married in about a month, and super excited for it. But on top of that, I've crossed the path on whether I need to let go of some hobbies or not. And not because I want to give up on my hobbies, but because I just feel like I have too much. Too much hobbies. And it can kind of just be too much. But on this episode, I'm going to be talking about my biggest struggle lately. And, just like what I just said, I have too many hobbies. And for some, I am becoming kind of burnt out on them. As a person, I realize that I get bored of these things easily. And I'm not really sure why. I'm pretty chill, I'm pretty mellow, but, I just reach plateaus in whatever it is, and like a plateau of I don't know, like my creativity just shuts down, and then I gotta do something else to kind of crank that creativity back up with a different hobby. It's really interesting, and I'm not really sure why I've always been that way, but I just want to self-reflect in this podcast with you guys. If you guys have any ideas if this is normal or not, I'm assuming it's normal for some people, but it's weird. But my whole life, I've hit these moments when I become tired of something, and I just stop, and then out of the blue, I'll have a dream. I will have a dream. I'm not lying when I say this. I'll have a dream, or a good or bad day that enlightens me to create something. And when it comes to that something, it could be any of my hobbies. And also, I can't just say create something, because sometimes, I have other hobbies that doesn't involve creativity as much. It just inspires me to go out and do something as well. But just in general, like, I hit these plateaus in life, and then boom, something happens. I start dreaming again, and then within that dream, that encourages me to push myself out there and to keep going. Today, it was kind of out of the blue. It was an out of blue thing, and generally, someone's calling me, of course. The worst timing ever. I'm gonna turn my phone off so that they don't keep calling me. Here we go. I guess I could have put on don't disturb. But where was I? I got completely brain befuzzled, brain shoveled, brain snuzzled, and I can't even think of it. But anyways, yeah, I wasn't even planning on doing a podcast today, guys. I really wasn't. But I kind of pushed myself to do it, because I hit these plateaus where I just get bored of something, and I just generally don't want to do it. And I think it's because I lose track in why I'm doing it in the first place. And, it kind of starts to become a job rather than fun. And I've always had this issue in life when it comes to whatever I'm doing. I just get really bored of it sometimes. And then I lose the reason why I fell in love with it. Because all these different hobbies I love to death. But some days, man, I hate them. Sometimes I hate them. It's like a love-hate relationship. And sometimes, actually, I'd say back when I used to make videos when I was younger, it became kind of an unhealthy relationship for a little while, because all I would do was, mess around with After Effects, or, mess around with compiling things on After Effects for videos, and I just focus all my energy on that, but then I forget that I need to balance things out with my life around me, like my life with my family, and making memories myself, and not just stay in my room like I don't know, you'd call it like a hermit, just not going outside. And that's just a big thing. Is like I'll just get really super. Oh, at least back then I got super obsessed with it, and I was just super obsessed in that. And not necessarily a bad thing, but I mean, I don't know. It's just a really hard balance for me, and I've just kind of determined that I have this problem. But this is something I'm really gonna try to work on and try to balance more. And I'm really trying to explore new things and see what I could do to help myself kind of reduce those plateaus a little bit. Like take a breather and realize that life doesn't have to be this difficult if I just focus and realize that we all go through seasons, we all go in waves, and life is like that. But anyways, guys, thanks for tuning in to the Reasons to Be Happy podcast. I know this episode wasn't too long. It's kind of a short one, but that's just because I'm trying to get into it. I'm trying to build that that momentum back. I just don't really have a lot to talk about still. There was a lot that I wanted to talk about with you guys, but I decided not to, because a lot of it goes back to when I was a kid, and self-reflecting over many months. I realized it's probably for the best I don't express those things, because it's not what I think anymore. It's not what I feel matters anymore, because I've recently actually talking about it and going over it during the process of writing an episode for this podcast has made me realize there's no reason to talk about it anymore, because I'm over it and I've fully found peace with it. So there's no reason to share to the world, because I am fully healed from it now. And actually the process of me going over the memories and reading about it and reading over it in my mind kind of made me come to this conclusion that there's no reason for me to share it to you guys, because I've already fully healed from it. And that just kind of sums it up, because I don't want to talk in circles here, because you guys get the point. There's some things I don't think that needs to be kept. You don't need to keep talking about it, because if you keep talking about the negative things that happen to us, it reminds us, and then it opens up old wounds again. But for me, last time I talked about it, I feel like it kind of sewed those wounds shut, and I'm now ready to put it to rest, put it down in the ground, and throw some dirt on top of it, because I'm done talking about it. Really done talking about it. It's just in the past now. It's a new day. It's a new time. It's a new season. It's been multiple seasons since then. But I'm over it, I'm over it. There's no reason to dig deeper. But anyways, guys, I'll let you go. I did have a new song drop. It's called Shooting Star. If you guys were to, show some love, I would really appreciate it. I'm really trying to build a fan base on my music, so it would really be helpful if you guys gave that a listen, and maybe follow me on Spotify and Apple Music, whatever you use. It's even on YouTube as well, so you could show love on there if you don't have any other streaming platform. But yes, it's on a whole bunch of different streaming platforms as well. But I know most people only use it, Apple Music, Spotify, and YouTube. So generally, just go give it a listen. I'd really appreciate it. I put a lot of time and effort into my music. And this one song I made back in 2020, and I didn't record it in 2020. I recorded it just last year, but it took me many years to figure out how I was going to pull it off. But anyways, thanks for tuning in. You guys have a great day.
So damn bright.